talk my shit. I got all dick, and she turned around and hit. And I done learned a lot of shit. I had a brain.
What's up, guys? This your boy, Mr. I-240. I'm back with another banger today. I told y'all this. I just thought about this. I ain't got y'all this many episodes in about 3-4 months. But like I told y'all, I gotta be consistent and keep on applying this pressure and take this page to the next level. Today's episode ain't gonna be no different than the episodes I've been giving y'all this week. Gonna be another banger. If you're new to the page, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button. Y'all know I gotta eat my fruit, you heard me? So, let's get straight into it. Oh, most definitely, I want to appreciate, before I get into it, I want to thank the people that been giving love to the page. I appreciate the love, even the haters. And I'm just thankful for y'all. I feel like I'm doing something right, and I'm gonna keep on going and going hard. And we're gonna leave it at that, you hear me? But let's get into it. So, the title of today's episode is called Jokes. And basically, they got something to do with my first subject. It's FTR, I'm sorry. FTR. So according to Dex Harwood, he felt like at the time when there was the revival, it was a joke that they won the 24/7 title from R-Truth. And I must admit, I agree. And I'm pretty sure it ain't nothing personal against R-Truth. It's just them guys look at themselves as professional wrestlers. So you gotta think about it. They went from having the hottest NXT run, being the tag champs, being one of the best teams in the company. And then you went from doing that for about a year or two. You beat New Day on the opening night of Raw. And then, on top of that, using a potential storyline, joining Randy Orton. So you would think that a team like that'll get booked right. But then, for some reason, they were slightly getting disrespected. They weren't getting booked right. I think at the time, Vince, WWE is called entertainment. So I think they banned, certain stuff you can't do and certain stuff you can't say, like title and stuff like this. I believe that professional wrestler was one of the words that was banned. And I believe those guys was getting punished for that. So, you mean to tell me you on this heroic push, being in heroic storylines, winning tag team championships, and then you go from there. And then on top of that, you gotta remember, they was in a feud with the Usos. You thinking, man, this gonna be great, this gonna be lit. Then you put them in that funny queer LB storyline where these dudes shaving each other back. And then that feud with the Usos was just trash. The matches won, but the feud wasn't. Because there wasn't no direction. And I feel like Vince didn't have no respect for them guys. I feel like Vince didn't have no respect for anybody on NXT but probably Charlotte and, just really Charlotte. Because she was Ric Flair's daughter. Because, hell, Becky wasn't getting no respect. Becky had to do what she had to do, become the man to get her shine. And Bayley had to turn heel for her to get her shine. So, them guys went from all them serious storylines, from feuding with the great DIY, and then you throw them into the 24/7 title division. with R-Truth. Now everybody know R-Truth is a comedy guy, want to make his money and do what he want to do and go home. But this is pretty much one of your best tag teams, and you put him in the bottom of the card. Just like y'all did Jeff Hardy before he left. We ain't got nothing for you, so we're going to put you in the 24/7 title division. And then they won the belts. Just like I said about Sting, FTR didn't get a first shot. Why? Because they want to say professional wrestling, but what they do, they wrestle. This ain't no acting class. Ain't like they in training day or notebook. They wrestle. So, and then at one point they were gonna make them dress kind of Starburst-ish per se, and that was the last straw for them dudes. And then they left. And what did Tony Khan do? He put them in a great feud with Young Bucks. Took off. Whew. Won the belts. I think it was for the tag titles. I'm not sure. I think it was for the tag titles. Then they've been in countless feuds and countless storylines. AEW very successful. They was in the Pinnacle with MJF, Warlord, and Tully Blanchard. Then I'm trying to see what else they did. It'd be so much going on. I be trying to remember certain stuff. I try to remember the key parts though. And then I think they won the belts, and they had a great tag team run. But they had a great feud with Sting and Darby Allin. Then they did what the Hardy Boys did a few months ago, won all the belts, the Mexican tag team belts, the New Japan belts, AEW. Well, they didn't win AEW, but the Ring of Honor belts, and the classic classic trilogy with the late and great Jay Briscoe and his brother Mark Briscoe, the Briscoe brothers. And all them guys want to do is just wrestle. And then on top of that too, Dax Harwood showed that he can hang with the best of them as a solo wrestler too, while Cash was out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about that too. So Dax Harwood showed everybody he can hang. Y'all saw that great match he had with Daniel Bryan? Getting his shine, his just due. So it just shows you they can bring more to the table than just being comedy actors and all that, man. All them guys want to do was just wrestle and get their respect. But I just feel like Vince didn't respect anybody that came from NXT, because it was a time where NXT was damn near better than Raw. Maybe SmackDown, but it was damn near better than Raw. Especially when you got Hunter and Dusty collaborating. Woo! Bad combination. Because NXT product, okay, yeah, you do a little comedy, you little laugh, but they fans is hardcore wrestling fans. They want to see you wrestle and have classic feuds and who's the best. WWE is like, I want to see who the best, but I want to see, can you be like Kevin Hart or Hannibal Buress or something. Like Vince was looking for that. And everybody just ain't that comedy classic, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they didn't get a fresh shot on the main roster. And that was the last straw of them winning the 24/7 title from R-Truth. And this pretty much, outside of the Usos, is your second best tag team. You're really your top heel tag team, and you treat them like that. I would have left too. Man, I ain't trying to walk around with no penny for no title. Come on, bruh. I want to walk around with a penny for a title. Because that's basically what 24/7 is. A penny on a belt strap. And we one of your best tag teams, and you going to disrespect us like that. I would have left too. And them guys went on to bigger and better things. Like I said, they collected all the belts. They recently lost some of their belts, so we don't know where they're going from here. We haven't seen them since they last lost. So rumor is they supposed to be going back to WWE. Maybe, especially with Triple H being the head of creative. Cause everybody, you know what I'm saying? So Triple H don't care about being CEO and all that. Triple H don't want to be, I want to be creative. I don't care about the Disney and all that. Whatever you do, I don't care what you do. As long as I'm the head of creative. That's all I care about. And you can tell that everybody came back for Triple H. Except one person push ain't going well, and I'm just gonna speak that, and that's Karrion Kross. You lost to Ray quick, and then you got eliminated for the Royal Rumble week. But that's a whole nother story. But without that being said, them guys went on to bigger and better things and treated their legacy, doing what they do. Hopefully they'll come back to the WWE, get treated right, get the first shot they really deserve, the shine. They was a great tag team, multiple entire NXT tag team champions, countless battles with DIY, you know what I'm saying, Usos, you know, joining Red Orton in the FTR RKO, which was the potential to being on some beating New Day for the SmackDown tag team champions. These guys are very assets to the coach, not just a company, but to the wrestling culture within itself, because they stick it to the old school wrestling format, like the Bulldogs. Who else in that chain? Let me see. Road Warriors, you know what I'm saying? The Rockers, the British Bulldogs, of course. Then you had Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. They sticking to that format. You know, I would say Harley Nash, but they just cared about money. You know what I'm saying? Harlem Heat. You know what I'm saying? So they sticking to their craft and pure rationals and what they want to do. So keep up the good work, boys. Hope we'll see you in WWE. And then shoot, hopefully you don't get treated like a joke, because y'all deserve better than that. For real. Alright. Another subject. Randy Savage. And you ask me why you say Randy Savage. Cause you know, when you get your greatest wrestlers of all time, you always hear your Stone Cold, your Shawn Michaels, your Undertakers, your Hulk Hogan's, your Cena's, your Rocks, and you know, and you barely hear Randy Savage in the conversation. Hell, Jericho, you know what I'm saying? Like, Randy don't get mentioned in that top 10, top 5 criteria. Daniel Bryan, Mr. Perfect. But I feel like Randy's like top 5, top 3. Cool. If you ask me, I forgot Triple H too. You know what I'm saying? They mention him. Brock Lesnar. It seemed like Randy just get pushed in the format, and it seemed like younger fans don't know what younger fans don't know what Randy brought to the culture. You know what I'm saying? Randy brought that flash, wild, intensity, giving you classic matches, very entertaining promos, even though he was on that Snow White. But he was entertaining, charismatic, and energy. Like if I said, alright, is Randy Orton, I said not Randy Orton. Follow me Carrying too, Randy Orton. Like if you say Impact, I'd be like, okay. For like say if Randy Savage better than Brock Lesnar. Okay. Entertaining wise, yes. Wrestling wise, it depends what you're judging by. No, because Brock got that physical style, that aura that he brought to the table. Now, is Randy Savage better than Kurt Angle as a wrestler? No. Is he better than Shawn Michaels as a wrestler? That's a debate for itself. Is he better than Bret? If we going by certain styles or certain criteria, I'd say yeah. Because Randy was entertaining and putting on good matches. And Randy matches weren't the same. Or I don't say Bret matches were boring, but Bret matches was predictable. Randy wasn't. And then Randy could go with the best of them. You see what I'm saying? And Randy didn't mind putting nobody over. Or Randy didn't worry about nobody getting their shine. You know what I'm saying? So that what made him one of the greats in my eyes, because he always did what's business right. Like the infamous DDP moment. Spring Stampede in 97. My DDP wasn't even on our radar. That's when DDP was born by the Icon Diamond Cutter thanks to Randy, when Randy came to Arn Anderson and then they collaborated, he tell him to give me the diamond cutter. And the star was born. Now that's what you call leadership, teamwork. See, that's why I say Randy, if we going by certain standards, Randy got to be in the conversation of top 5 or these top 3. If I'm going by them standards for me. Because Randy never worry about his spot. Unlike some of the other guys I named, like Brock, Cena, Shawn, Brett. They all used to be selfish at times, trying to stab each other in the back, trying to steal each other's shine. I'm the man, you ain't. Yo, Vince, hey, you know what I'm saying? Randy didn't do none of that. All Randy did was go out there, work, and put on a good show. Randy had countless of classic matches. Exhibit A. The infamous WrestleMania 3 in Detroit. The real match of the night. Not Andre and Hogan. I'm sorry, but that wasn't it. We were just like, oh man, that was the first day, the Icon. Yeah, but if you look at both of them matches, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all know Ricky Steamboat versus Randy Savage was. Come on, man. Y'all know. We know. Okay. And then it's right here. Exhibit again. Ultimate Warrior retirement match. Career on the line. In Los Angeles. Making Warrior look good. Now don't get me wrong. Warrior could wrestle if he wanted to. But he made Warrior look real good that night. And that was a classic feud. Okay. And then a rare classic match. I wish there was a feud. I wish it was a long story turn feud with him and Dunk the Clown on Monday Night Raw. 2 technical specialists. You got the Wilds, Bunkshus, Randy Savage, and then you got Matt Bowen going at it. A guy that hated his character. It made it look so good. You know? Then I think the Falls Count Anywhere with Crush. That was pretty good. I thought they were classic, but he made Crush look good. He tried to give Crush his shine. Let me see what else. Oh, another Spring Stampede match with Sting. Like, it ain't a match that Randy didn't go out there and perform. Now, I think Randy Savage got stale by late 1999. But he already did what he had to do. I put folks over. And I feel like, especially in the late 80s, him being behind Hogan, he never got his shine. Think about this. When Randy Savage won the 1989 tournament, we thinking, oh man, something new. Boy, my boy finna get his shine. Woo, yeah. The main thing they did, team him up with this nigga. Damn. Can Randy shine? Like I said, can Randy shine? He don't need you. And then they was in a long. Now don't get me wrong, Randy defeated other counters for folks in 8-8 to lead to the great match in Trump Plaza in Jersey. And what did they do? After hard work, year-long title reign, what did they do? My boy couldn't get his shine. What did they do? Y'all answer this. I can wait. I know the answer, but I'm going to let y'all wait. You know what they did? They fed it to this nigga, Hogan. Again. Like, bruh. No, bruh. That ain't it. And Randy still went out there and put on good work. Then my boy was so cold, he went on commentating. He was cold at that. Then came back, gave us another classic feud with Jake Roberts. All I'm saying, I'm not saying he better than some of them. Well, he is better than some of these folks I named. For his wrestling wise. Now, if we want to go back culture wise, then I'll be like, all right, he may be one on People magazine and he may did steroids, but so did Hogan. So what? All I'm saying is we gotta stop disrespecting Randy Savage like he wasn't one of the best in the ring. Because I'm pretty sure he can hang with any of them. If you put Randy Savage, 90, 92, 93, hell, 86, Randy Savage, with Brock Lesnar. You think he gonna take Brock Lesnar? Now, he probably get Andre. That's it, but Randy, nah, man. So you got to think about that. So my boy at least got to be top 5, top 10 or something. Because we always put him in the back burner. But Randy's in that conversation. Even I got to start putting him in the back burner. Because I be watching this stuff every day. I'm like, man, Randy Savage doing this thing. It's just that he was behind this dude. And that dude, Hogan was good, but he couldn't touch nothing that Randy got. For real now. Y'all name me some classic Hulk Hogan matches. I can get some feuds he was in. But matches, nah, bro. I think, I'm going to say this. I know he better than him. That's for sure. I'm going to leave it at that. I know Randy for sure would have definitely put over Bret and Savage for the sake of the business because he knew it's time to move on and we need young, fresher talent. And I'm going to leave it at that. Alright. Now, my next subject was kind of intriguing because the SummerSlam 92 controversy, where you had Undertaker and Kamala, who was feuding against each other, headlining the pay-per-view, which featured the main event of Randy Savage versus Ultimate Warrior in a clap. See how cold my boy is? Come on, bruh. Anyway, so the rumor was that my boy got paid $500,000, which is the Undertaker, and Kamala got $10,000. Now, that's unfair. Now, Undertaker deserves his money, but come on, bruh. You mean tell me I flew out to London for $10,000, bruh? $10,000? That's my flight money. Man, Kamala at least should have got, if Undertaker got 500,000, Kamala at least should have got 90. At least 200. 150 at least. Because that was one of the hottest feuds they had in 92. And I feel like they were going to go with him and Jake a little bit further before Jake left, but they were like, all right, we're going to give you Kamala, and Kamala made the best of it. But you mean to tell me this man did this show in London, and he only got 500,000? I told y'all. Y'all gonna listen to your boy. If Vince don't see that money, if he don't see you making him money, he gonna treat you like trash, man. Think about it. You in one of the hottest feuds leading to that event. Besides the Warrior, Flair, Rick Savage saga. You're in one of the hottest feuds leading to that. Because the damn show won Shawn Michaels versus Rick Martel, who the pretty boy is. That wasn't it. And you get paid $10,000. You think Shawn Michaels got $10,000? You think Rick Martel got $10,000? You think the Road Warriors got $10,000? You think the Natural Disasters got $10,000? Come on, bro. That's disrespectful, bro. That man was a legend. I ain't saying he was big as Undertaker, but dang, bro, you could have kept that on main event or something. Hey, that's really, to him, that's Memphis wrestling money. You got this man almost $500,000. Undertaker, $500,000. You treat that man, you got that man $10,000. For a match that was subpar good, ended in a no-key DQ finish, or whatever you want to call it, Undertaker rising up, stuff like that. Then they extended the storyline a little bit more, and they had it at Survivor Series, and that was the beginning of the end of Kamala's career in WWE. I think like early 93, they let him go. See, when you just a prop, then they replaced Kamala with the Giant Gonzalez. That boy Vince Hell, boy. Don't get me wrong. Undertaker deserves his money, but I'm like, come on, bro. I ain't finna fly out here for no 500,000, Jack. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm like 10,000, bro. And this man get 500,000. Whoever his agent was deserve to get fired. And you can tell in some of the interviews they probably bothered him, pissed him off and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, Undertaker was money, but dang, bro. I'm right. You look at me as just $10,000. You look at me like I'm an independent wrestler. I'm getting paid $13 in bologna sandwich. But Vince hell, boy. Vince knew who to mess with and not mess with. Cause I know Warrior didn't get no 10,000. I know Savage didn't get no 10,000. Oh, I forgot another great match on that card. Bret Hart versus Bulldog. You think Bret Hart got 10,000? You think Bret Hart got 10,000? Hell, and the only reason British Bulldog probably got his money because he was associated with Bret. But you think Bulldog got 10,000? I'm in the 3 biggest headline feuds of the year, and I get paid 10,000. Just look at the card. If you look at that card, the 3 biggest feuds was Ric Flair, the Ric Flair Ultimate Warrior, the Ric Flair Randy Savage Ultimate Warrior saga, British Bulldog versus Bret Hart, and Undertaker versus Kamala. And you mean to tell me my man couldn't get a fresh shake for that chick? I ain't saying get that man 500,000, but man, at least you got 200, at least 100,000, bro. Cause he was selling them tickets too, bro. It was all about the Undertaker. No. It wasn't Undertaker versus Undertaker. It was Undertaker versus Kamala. Now, I ain't saying Kamala will be the next big superstar in 10 years because we all knew that wasn't going to happen with the African, all that wasn't going to work in the Attitude Era. But all I'm saying is my man could have got his credit and his shine. So that was unfair. So, Undertaker still living, being a legend. Kamala passed a few years ago. And I just wish that man would have got his just due and his shine, but when you dealing with Vince McMahon and you ain't making no money, good luck, bruh. Alright. Another subject I want to talk about. According to Road Dogg BG Jesse James, he think Asuka should be the women's wrestler of the main roster. I hope they go with. I agree though, but she kind of was like that though in NXT when she was undefeated, and then she won the championship and she had the belt for like a little minute. But it was NXT. I like to see Asuka get that major push, especially with her returning to her old gimmick. I would definitely love to see Asuka get that Roman Reigns push. Because when Asuka was undefeated, we didn't care if she couldn't talk or nothing. She had a persona. And her persona and her skills got her over. And then she returned to the Royal Rumble, dominated. I feel like if Asuka was to get that Roman Reigns push, if it's not right now, it got to be between at least 6 months to a year from now. Like, she got to win. If they go with her versus Bianca, Asuka got to win. I love Bianca, but you're like, all right, bro, you had the belt long enough, let somebody else shine. You know what I'm saying? So, I love to see Asuka dominate, win, because Asuka was, defeating folks, left to right in NXT. And if she was to return to that at her highest peak, that'd be dope. And then we ain't gonna call her tribal chief or nothing, but I love to see her get that push again that she deserved. Cause there been times Asuka been won the world title and then be like, all right, bro, you can't speak English, we out. She'll lose that belt probably 2-3 weeks later to a month. And then it'll be sometimes we want to engage into the match, like Exhibit A. When she fought Mandy Rose, it was just like, all right. I think it was more of Mandy though than Asuka. It was just like some folks got to rule about certain people, and it's just at that time Asuka couldn't rule about Mandy Rose because Mandy Rose wasn't Mandy Rose she is today. But if you put the Mandy Rose today versus the Asuka now, oh man, that match would be A1. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about that too. So, hey, hopefully she get that major push. I agree with Road Dogg in a sense. because Oscar is one of their peer wrestlers, and hopefully with this new look she got going, hopefully she get that push that she deserve, and if she do, I hope it starts at WrestleMania. All right. Another subject is Randy Orton. According to this article of Dax Harwood, I gotta agree that Randy Orton is the best audience control wrestler ever. Cause you gotta think about it. Randy Orton don't have a lot of movesets, but he controlled the crowd with his eyes, his emotion, his looks, his slow pace, everything. Like, he's gonna keep a crowd engaged, whether you like it or not. Even when he was the young Randy Orton, he always controlled the crowd. Or even when he was RK Bro Randy Orton, he was controlled. And then even when he went bald head, which was the best version of him, and Randy Orton was the best wrestler at that point, if not arguably one of them, in 2009, 2010, when he had the wrestling word on lock. But Randy know how to keep you engaged and reach emotions and make you, especially if he a heel, he know how to make you hate him. If I can make sense. As Exhibit A. When he gave Stephanie the DDT, the crowd got quiet, started feeling sad, feeling crazy. Then he did a little kiss on the lips, look at Triple H. Engaging and impulsive. And plus, Randy Orton made you want to fear him too. And then, of course, when he was fighting against Shane. Then you gotta remember the famous moment that brought good old Cody Rhodes in, when Randy Orton slapped Dusty right in front of his son. And you gotta remember too, when he punted John Cena dad. So Randy Orton don't need all that flip-flop, flash, high-flying move to keep the crowd engaged. He let his moves and his looks and his slow-paced determination in his eyes control the crowd, and he feeds off that and go even harder. So you gotta think about that too. So shout out to my boy Randy Orton. I know he out right now with a hurt back. Hopefully he'll come back, and hopefully he'll cut his hair again and be the bald Randy Orton, because that was some of the funnest times ever. Oh, and I forgot one moment when he punched Shawn Michaels in the head, and he gave RVD that infamous crazy RKO heard around the world. So I can see why Dax Harwood said it. And plus, he ended Kofi's career for a minute when he called him stupid like 50 times. Well, that was Kofi for though, but you get the point. Then the next thing I want to talk about, Bret Hart versus Stone Cold. I feel like, to be honest with you, as I look back at that feud, I feel like that feud was the pinnacle mark of the Attitude Era. And what I mean is, so, of course, you know, Bret Hart lost to Shawn Michaels in '96 at the build at WrestleMania, and he went off to Hollywood for a minute. So Stone Cold started coming up, especially after the curtain call that cost Triple H his shine and his push. And then Stone Cold went on the King of the Ring, dominated Mark Mero, beat the hell out of Jake the Snake, and he gave us this infamous speech. Austin 3:16 said, "I just whooped your," and then it took off. Austin was running roughshod, dominating the competition, and then after a while, I think Bret was starting to come back. Stone Cold was calling him out with his good time friend Brian Pillman by his side. And then as it slowly started building up, Stone Cold turned on Brian Pillman, injured his leg. And then they had the classic match in Survivor Series. Classic battle. Bret, for a rusty guy, Bret was actually good. And then Stone Cold went from the, I forgot his little moves, the master lock, whatever you want to call it. Bret Hart hit the turnbuckle, rolled up, 1, 2, 3. Then, leading into, early 97, they still feuding, going at it. Even into the Royal Rumble, where Stone Cold entered the Royal Rumble early, dominating, kicking butt, he talking trash, sitting on the turnbuckle. Bret come out, Stone Cold looking scared. They going at it. And sometime during the Royal Rumble, he eliminated Stone Cold, but the refs didn't see it. So Stone Cold came back, stole Bret's shine, and then he laid on and won. So it was controversial fashion, and I think. And then that next night, Shawn relinquished the belt. And then they was a part of a 4-man battle royal for the battle royal elimination match at In Your House, where it was Bret Hart, Psycho Sid, Bret Hart, Stone Cold, Psycho Sid, and Undertaker. It was Vader, Psycho Sid, Undertaker. No, not Psycho Sid. It was, Vader, Bret Hart, Stone Cold, Vader, Undertaker, Psycho Sid, and Stone Cold. Yeah, them four. Bret went on and won the belt, and he fought Psycho Sid the next night. Bret getting ready to win, get his shine on, had Psycho Sid locked up, Stone Cold pissed off, came back, hit him with the steel chair, cost him the championship belt. Then Bret had another shot at Psycho Sid in the steel cage match, where Bret lost and he felt like he got screwed. And then that was the infamous night. He went off on Vince, grabbed him by the jacket, him cussing him out, stuff like that. And then that was the beginning of letting folks know, hey, you the boss. He letting folks know you the boss, because he was cussing Vince out at that point. And then they get ready for an I Quit match where Ken Shamrock was the infamous special guest referee. And then leading up to it is mano a mano, man to man, going at it. But except a crucial point at the match, the crowd switched. It was a double turn. They started cheering for Stone Cold. They started booing for Bret Hart. They going at it, beating the hell out of each other. Then, at one part, Stone Cold got busted wide open. Bret Hart put him in that sharpshooter. And then you got the infamous t-shirt where Stone Cold passed out with the blood on his face. And I just feel like at that point, that night, the Attitude Era was born, and them two heel turns was the critical part of the Attitude Era being born. Because Stone Cold went on to still have a good year. Bret Hart was having a good year, won the belt, then he lost the belt to Shawn Michaels, then he moved on to WCW while Stone Cold's career was taking off. Phew. So I feel like that's why I said that feud was kind of the critical point of the timelines leading up to that. And that was good story writing at that time. This one, the WCW was still beating their butt, but that storyline there was perfect and lead them to that point. And then on a lighter note, hopefully the rumors are true. WWE talking about bringing my boys back, Author Pain. Now, I was a big fan of them boys. They were dominating. I feel like they fell out soon. They lost Paul Ellington. I mean, they did join Seth Rollins. They was a part of the little staff or whatever. But I think one of my boys got hurt, and then that when the push died. So that was just a little lighter note I just wanted to bring up on the podcast. I'm happy. If they do come back, I love to see it. And hopefully they get to just do, they shine, they respect, because them boys is really good. And they was really good NXT tag champions. And they're one of the best tag teams in the world. And I'll need to see them come back. Now, my last subject. Shelton Benjamin. Is Shelton Benjamin a first ballot Hall of Famer? Because the reason I asked that, because I think a couple of weeks ago, Shelton Benjamin then just celebrated his 20th year in WWE. Now, He got the credentials of it. He's a United States champ, tag team champ, Intercontinental champ. All things Shelton hasn't done is won the WWE title, might have been WrestleMania, and won the Royal Rumble. Because I'm just tired of folks trying to disrespect my boy like he ain't just have a legacy, and he do. But if Shelton Benjamin could have been really great, if they would let that gold standard stuff take out. But it was hard for it to take out because you got Edge, Undertaker, Randy Orton, John Cena, Triple H. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to blossom and shine like that. And I think a lot of guys at that time was worried about they shine. Because I would have loved to see the gold standard feud against the Undertaker in 2010. To be honest with you, I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see him feud against Shawn. I would have loved to see him feud against Ray. So a lot of folks forget my boy is just one of the greatest stars. Then you gotta remember, in 2004, he beat Triple H twice. Not once, but twice. And this one, he had no music. He just coming out there as Shelton Benjamin. Like, he done a lot in 20 years. And with a resume like that, hell yeah, that man the first man in the Hall of Fame. Because we can tell between him and Charlie Haas, who's the star, it was him. He was more athletic. He had the look. I couldn't do no with Charlie Haas, man. I don't think we know Charlie Haas for dating that Jackie girl. That's it. And then, Charlie Haas had the cheesy Damien Sandow corny gimmick. It was cool, but it was just like, dang, bruh. My boy done fell off. While Shelton Benjamin out here winning championships. And then he did team up with Brock Lesnar. So he knew what Brock had. And I'm pretty sure Brock knew what he had. I like my neighbors. Stay out of there. But nah, so, yo, my boy's the first ballot Hall of Famer. And with that being said, that's it for today's podcast. I'm going to keep on applying pressure for you people. And hey, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'm out. Peace.
Just let me talk my shit. I got all dick, and she turned around and hit. And I done learned a lot of shit.